Hello and welcome to Live for the Party. We are NyxRising Industries. Dawnbringers, are you ready to go?
Yeah!
Okay. You catch up with the Dawnbringers in the judicial offices of Governor Valentinian, having saved the city from a number of threats. The werewolf killers, the Cranwell siblings who have been terrorising the lower tiers, and political machinations, corruption and terrorism below the ground. The heroes announced saviours of the city to cheering crowds by the now Governor Valentinian, who they helped ascend to power, overriding his corrupt rivals. The crowds cheer. Valentinian brings you inside, closes the door, a small smile behind his beard. It's the least we could do.
We weren't expecting that.
Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sure. Tea?
Love some.
My pleasure. The sort of totters over and you see the sort of like the onyx and gold chain of office around his lapel. And begins fussing about and making tea, and like one of the assistants like comes over and begins to help and he's like, no, don't shove off. And then comes back with this again very nice tea set and begins serving it out. And
Thank you, Governor.
Thank you.
thank you, Dawnbringers.
Oh,
I hope you don't mind the title.
it's great.
I've been looking for a collective name for a while.
Yeah. Seems very apt as well.
We do usually fight people at dawn.
Do you make a point of it? Or
No,
It
it's just
seems
something
to
how it
happen to us.
It's a good tactical standpoint.
Fate has a funny way. Fate has a funny way. Fight out of the sun.
I suppose so.
Made the name.
So what's next for you?
Well, there are several things we need to look into.
Yeah.
Places we'll probably need to go.
Hmm.
But I'll talk with you about that later. We don't need to talk work now.
Are you not staying in the city?
You said we might move on.
Oh.
Yeah. We've got a lot of us have business in other places, and there's other things we can do, other people we can help.
Oh, we'd be glad to have you back whenever you do so. Hopefully things are a little bit clearer next time you're here.
If we do move on, you know, we've been distributing food down at the lower tiers. Do you think you might be able to help us keep that going while we're away?
That'd be no problem. We can do it in your name.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know the people down there would really appreciate it.
I've got a couple of ideas of policy for ways we're going to try and improve the city and mend some things and fix some of the damages to people and places. That's politics.
If you don't mind me asking, what do you think will happen to our barracks if we do leave?
Well, they're yours. You rented them for the month. I mean, considering what you've done for the city, I'm sure we can waive future rent payments.
That would be very generous.
Please, it's the least.
Wow.
While you're gone, we can have a guard stationed and keep your things safe. I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
Water in our garden?
They could do that. Aye, sure. I'd see if I can find one with a green thumb.
It's a beautiful garden, so.
There is a cursed object within the barracks that needs dealing with.
Oh, I can see what we can do about that.
I'll make a note of what it is.
Thank you. Okay.
If you don't mind my asking, what happened to the Cranwells and what's going to happen
Well,
consequently?
currently they're in holding. They'll be sent to trial. What happens there is out of my hands.
Did you ever find out who it was who was entombed in their cellar?
There's not enough of the body to accurately reflect, but from what we can understand, the house had a priest attached to the staff. It seems they were serving there under some duty.
And the Cranwell parents?
No.
Anyone have any idea?
Gone. No record of them for a few weeks. Emptied some of their holdings and fled, supposedly. We're going to have some people track them down. We've got some questions we want to ask them. We've no doubt they're implicated in this in some reason. The killings, the priestess, the parents, it ties together somehow, but I can't say for sure.
If you find out any more, would you be able to let us know if we don't happen to be here?
I could arrange something.
Thank you.
That's okay. That's okay.
I just wanted to apologise to you as well.
For
The way I spoke to you at your ball.
worry not. Worry not. I understand where you're coming from. It's alright. I wasn't too best pleased with the situation either. It wasn't much of a show anyhow.
Right.
Where are you off to next? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I haven't discussed this with all of you yet, but there is something that needs fairly urgent attention in the east.
The contracts.
The Mage and Frostguard.
Yes.
As you'll know, the Eastern Shore is my jurisdiction, and
Yeah.
I feel very responsible for responding to this.
Do we know any details?
The regiments that we fought back in the Abbey, they were coming back from this mission, so it means they were successful.
I can brief you all on it later, but probably east to Frostguard.
Frostguard? It's a long way away.
A month's worth of travel.
Oh, why?
I'm not sure. I'll check. I think the temple may have some connection with Watcher's Respite.
That would help.
It's not on the doorstep, you'd still have a few days travel, but they may be able to expedite your journey.
Oh.
Again, considering what you've done for the city, I'm sure you can swing a favour. Although it may be a case of a one-way trip. You'd have to make your own way back.
That's fine. Would we be able to take our horses with us?
I'm not sure of the logistics, but I assume so.
Right. Oh,
I'll put out a missive.
thank you.
That would be fantastic.
It's okay. It's okay. Now, if you don't mind, I have a city to govern.
As you do.
There is a matter that I need to speak to you about, with, I suppose, some level of urgency on my part if we're leaving. If we could have a private word.
Of course.
We can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just before we go, she'll switch to speaking in Dwarven.
Mhm.
Once again, speaking in Dwarven. I just wanted to say that it's encouraging to see that there are actually people like you out there. People who not only actually care about the less fortunate people in the world, but who also have the power to put that empathy into action. And I'm glad you have your station.
Replies in Dwarven. That's very humbling, and I'm glad that's the impression you've got. I'm doing my best. It's somewhat concerning that, although not surprising, that you have that impression of people in power in these positions. But I'll do the best I can.
There you go.
I'll try and do right by the six of you. Good inspiration. Thank you.
I'll let we chat out.
Yeah.
See you again soon.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
meet
you.
you outside.
I'm sure.
Thank you for the tea.
You're welcome.
I trust you. And
Good.
I would hope that you trust us after everything that's happened in the last few days.
You could say that, aye.
I feel like I have a duty to tell you why we came to Shapeon.
Aye.
I get the impression that you and your people may have figured out by now it's something to do with the Weeping Eye. A contract was taken out with them to eliminate my family.
I'm sorry to hear that. Truly.
Miritel is not fine. It's under my corrupt brother's power right now, and
You understand I have no authority to act on.
no, of course not. I just I wanted to know that I wasn't associated with the monarchy there anymore.
Say no more. I made you sweat enough. Let down your shoulders, boy. You get a knot in your neck. It's alright.
I'll be returning there at some point. I trust that we've made friends here.
Do what needs must. Aye, you have.
It's greatly appreciated.
When you return, I'd like to see the 6 of you for dinner. We'll be downsizing, but we'll have somewhere respectable, nevertheless.
That sounds good.
Mhm.
Well then, see you again, Governor Valentinian.
Regent Prince.
I'll show myself out.
On the way out, you do pass Maris, the estate agent. So she's like, oh!
Maris?
Dorian! How go things?
Good.
How are the residences?
Very good. Seems we'll be keeping our barracks, but you might want to speak to the governor about that.
Ah! More paperwork, I suppose. Pleasure to see you again.
And you?
And you!
Dorian, I'm sure we'll be seeing you around again sometime soon.
Yes.
Sure, bustles off.
Heroes.
Maybe we should start having higher expectations of ourselves.
We are the Dawnbringers now.
The Dawnbringers of Shadeborn.
Not the kind of thing I ever expected anyone to call me. I don't know about anyone else here.
No, I agree, Elyse.
I think we deserve it.
Let's just try and keep doing what we can. Help people.
Yeah.
As you're walking out of judicial offices, you see the half-orc, half-elf who had accompanied Bosco on the circuits round. And no bear in sight, but it seems like heading into the offices as well, and just sort of nods at all 6 of you.
Hi.
Good to be seeing you again.
And you?
And you?
Congratulations, I've got to say.
Thank you.
Celebrations are in order.
Yes.
Celebrations?
Well, come on, you've been announced as heroes of the city.
Yeah, we deserve a party, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, would have been nice for us to share in some of the glory, but I'm just teasing.
You caught the guard on his way out. Don't sell yourself short.
The city paid for our services for a long time. We're here to negotiate, so they expect it would take a lot longer. So, what do they do now? Guess we'll see. But no, stop by the barracks this evening. We'll take you for a drink.
That sounds good.
See you later. Have a good day.
You too.
Pushes past, like big, like burly, brawny figure, just like sort of getting through the door, with a lot of dwarves around, just sort of quite literally dwarfs them. You make your way back to the barracks. The street's busy. A couple of people as you go by who are sort of like leaving from the main squares do sort of like stop you, like wave as you go past. A couple of like a couple of small children who are like looking up in awe. One as they see you, Astra, like
Sparkles appear for them.
I get horns when I'm older. Yeah. Sure. Make your way back. Get back to the barracks. Sort of late afternoon. You've probably got a couple of hours to yourself before, if you choose to, go take her to Volantis up on their offer.
We will be taking them up on that offer. You cannot stop me.
Is there anything you'd like to do in the time?
You got some time to kill? Does anyone want to do anything?
I mean, think about going back and buying that dagger, maybe.
Well, actually, I'm going to be needing some new armor as well as some new clothing.
I guess you will be, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't get my wings out once inside my chainmail, I don't gonna have any more chainmail, am I? So
Might be a good party trick though, sometime.
Expensive party trick.
Yeah.
no, I'm hoping I can perhaps shift my chainmail in exchange for some of the cost. I'm a bit low on money.
I've got a lot of money.
Couldn't ask you to pay for that then.
I paid for my sword. I paid for some armor.
I suppose that could be the favour you owe me.
No. Oh, you're much more creative than that. Come on.
Okay, well, sure, I'm not going to stop you from paying for my armour.
Then I will.
Did you have any ideas on clothing yet?
I have actually been sketching in my room, so...
Good, because I figured if we're going to Frostgut, I'm sorry I haven't brought this up with everybody yet, but it's quite a pressing matter. We're going to need something warm.
So shoes then.
Shoes. I'm afraid it's kind of
Covering the
Arctic out there.
arms. Okay. Never been anywhere that cold before. We'll see how this goes.
You're probably going to need boots, actually, like proper cold weather boots.
Oh,
Have you ever been anywhere cold?
not particularly now that I think about it.
Your farm always turn up in warm places?
Well, not warm, but not freezing, you know?
One of the places you spend a lot of time, sort of northeastern plains of Larell, which is sort of in that direction, but Frostgut's a lot further than that. Like, in winter, certainly you'd get some light snows and such. It's sort of like very gently rolling hills and plains. So yeah, it could be like a bit exposed to the elements, but you weren't always there.
It's true. Probably when we landed there, I just spent most of my time indoors.
The cold is dreadful.
Yeah.
I agree.
Snows in Meritel like once every 10 years.
Oh yeah, freak weather.
Awful. Entire city stops.
I mean, I don't think I've ever even seen falling snow. There's mountains in Australia, but it's not.
I don't think it'll be snowing in Frostgut, not at this time of year, but there'll be ice on the sea. And so I think you should probably have shoes. I'm sorry, I hate to impose that on you.
In toes.
Astra!
Boblem's favourite terrain is barefoot.
It's okay. I'll deal. But what is it exactly we're going there to do?
Right, well, I might as well bring this to you now. Hurry upstairs and come back down with the Weeping Eye contracts. When we caught the Weeping Eye on their way back from Frostgod, they'd been sent up there to defend a mage called Maison Daleth, who was building a golem. The contract states that they were to stay there for a month or until the golem was complete, and so I would imagine that if they were returning,
The golem is complete.
the golem was
Yeah.
complete.
That's not great.
No.
That's
Any more information about this mage, or is it just their name?
it's just their name, unfortunately, but I can tell you a little bit about Frostgod. Frostgod is long known as an abandoned tower. It was built so many centuries ago that no one knows who built it anymore. It's been populated a few times over the years, but it was abandoned. It's way up in the northeast, very much on the edge of the continent, sort of last piece of the continent before you cross the sea to Australia.
To Tessaboel. Because it's very much like in the north, so
South, yeah.
to go to Australia, yeah, you'd want to go like
Down.
Yeah, like southwest sort of.
To Tessaboel then. And I mean, all of my ships have always given it a wide berth. It's got a lot of superstition surrounding it, but it has been used in the past as a base for people who are trying to raise armies against Caldera and such, and I feel very much obligated to go and prevent this before it gets any worse.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Do we know anything about golems?
I don't believe I would.
No.
Can I make some sort of arcana check?
Yeah,
See if I've read anything before.
Can I give him an advantage? Because I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, sure. It's a pretty high DC, but yeah, sure. Yeah, if you're both.
No, that's 14.
Man-made constructs imbued with magic somehow.
Yeah.
Either stone or clay or metal.
Yeah. It's some sort of magical mechanism, but if they're building it in a place with that kind of history, I can't think that they would have the best intentions.
No.
I can't imagine anyone would have the best intentions with that.
Well, it's going to be defensible for them, whoever's in there.
I'm sure we can take it
I'm
on.
sure we can handle it, yeah.
We are the Dawnbringers after all.
Don't sound too happy about it.
Cassian doesn't like admitting when he does nice things.
can see that.
I'm going to go work on those designs for you.
Thank you.
Which is such a nice thing to do for your friend.
Come see me when you want to talk about it.
Go up to my room. Astra's calling me out.
Okay, well, if we're going to do this, then we need to be prepared. So armor, weapons, potions, other supplies,
Warm clothes.
warm clothes, a coat.
Start picking up some supplies now, but I imagine armor is going to take some time.
That woman we met in the anvil hold, she seemed to be quite the expert. Maybe she can do something. I'm going there to buy the dagger anyway, so...
Seems to be an expert on weaponry, I don't know about armor.
Well, if I'm going anyway, you know, I just thought...
Okay, if you're going anyway. Fine, we can go there. I see no reason not to. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of late in the afternoon anyway.
Mhm.
That was probably not the best time to go.
In which case, I guess I'm just going to go and get ready to go out and get... maybe a bit tipsy.
Hell yeah.
Do we wear our nice outfits for this one?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh.
You ever drunk with mercenaries before?
Well, no, the first time I drank was with you. And that's when I got my horns done.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh yeah, it was with these.
Yes, Astra got particularly drunk after Cassian plied him with drinks all evening, went outside and had those embellishments put on his horns without questioning it.
Oh, so you're
So
a
this should be fun.
drunk. Okay. A collector drunk. You like to...
Well, I saw him with gold on his horns and I thought it looked really nice. And then I woke up and I had this. I'm just gonna come home with a tattoo.
You were very good, you didn't even squirm.
Didn't I?
No, you just sat there and took it as they nailed those onto your horns.
A couple of hours go past and sort of the evening begins to set in and you leave the barracks in whatever you wish and make your way across the city to the barracks of Volantis. You present yourselves at the gate and one of the sentries opens it up.
Oh, let in this time!
You're still in the same area that you came in, just beyond these huge redwood gates, and you see the sort of enormous pitch-sized training ground. Empty for now. It seems most people are packing their things up and sort of taking the armor off their bears, or taking down sentries and dummies. And from a distance you hear, "Hey, didn't think you'd come."
Yeah. Of course!
And three figures begin walking towards you. You recognise Bosca and the two other figures who were with her as well. Wave up their hands. Both of them seem to be male. One seems to be a bit older, probably like early 40s, and one seems to be maybe late 20s or so. They come over and sort of present little hands or hugs, for whoever gives them, bring you into these tight embraces. For the two ones you didn't get the names of before, they're Marius and Addy, and then Bosca as well. And they said, "There's a right, come on, literally just round the corner. It's pretty much our tavern." I mean, not officially, but
Might as well be.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And unless there's anything you want to see here first, or
Can I see Bear Skull again?
Yeah, can we play with bears again?
Oh, can we pet them?
you get led into the center of the training ground, this hard, compacted earth, and it gets kind of daunting. You see probably around 10 figures of Volantis. There's notable mercenary groups around the edge, and they're sort of backing themselves up against the walls. One wall is just rows and rows and rows of these stables. Probably sort of 10 on this side, these huge double doors. And Bosca walks out into the middle with you basically just maybe 15 feet behind her. Raises her hand in the air, a fist straight up. Marius and Annie go up to one of the stables and basically just sort of ready themselves next to it. They pull the bolt. Gadush! Shouts. The doors burst open and boom, boom, boom. Her bear, Bosca, just comes barreling out in a few seconds, crosses the pitch and is right next to her. No armour, no gear on, and in a blur of blue-grey, Bosca is on the top and is mounted. You did not see how quickly she got up. All you know is that she is on its shoulders, and even though she's only 15 feet from you, in that distance, spins directly. This array of dust just kicking up and like covering in front of you for a second. Just takes like a whole lap around the pitch before skidding up next to you. You hear a few like whistles and they come up like cheers. And all right. You can stop showing off. Brings it up to a halt. Very slow. She pulls out again this little like leather pouch of honey and pops off and begins feeding this titanic bear with honey, and like devours it, and like its rough tongue like turns the little pouch inside out.
Astra goes in for a cuddle.
No.
And she's like,
No.
Wait till he's finished eating. Or you might be next. He thoroughly finishes it up, and then she scritches him and like eases him into it, and anyone who wishes to can pet him. Your hand just disappears into fluff.
We'll pet the polar bear this time too.
She feels like rock underneath.
I love it.
Enormous muscles, and seems to respond well to it.
How does Rana feel about Elyse petting another animal?
Is Rana there?
Yeah, it's on my shoulder.
No.
I'll be like, say hello.
Basically like,
No. She's not dinner. You just had your dinner.
actually they ate a lot more than this, but he's a good boy.
He's beautiful.
Reaches up and like gets like both ears, just these tiny
I can't speak with animals just to tell Bersky they're a good boy.
Yeah, you can do. What did you say?
Good boy.
Do they get to speak back?
They do.
I understand what they say.
Okay, yeah. Good boy. Yeah.
The best boy.
Best boy. Seems to be a bearer of very few words, but responds to what you're saying. Seems a bit confused that you're speaking to us, but like looks to you and then looks to Bosca, and Bosca's like, what?
I just told him he was a good boy.
Big like purple grey tongue like outside your face, and some of your curls like what? You go.
Boblem's speaking bear right as well, so Boblem's like snarling back at her.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you're saying to him?
I just let Bosca know what I've said to Bosca. It's like, it's important that he knows.
It is.
Anything you'd like to let him know?
Tell him I love him.
And I whisper in the bear's ear, Bosca loves you really much.
I know. I know that too. He's my friend. And that just sort of like nuzzles you for a second, and then nuzzles Bosca and begins turning in a circle and just sort of plodding off. You see the little like polar bear tail like just a little stubby one like
Best use of my spells ever.
I'm so happy that Basker is a himbo.
I whisper to Bosca what Bosca say.
yeah. You see her like let's go get drunk.
Yes, let's go get drunk.
Yeah, sure. Leads all of you out to basically round the corner, like on the other side, just of the barracks, to a very rowdy and very raucous tavern called the Sour Apple. You see numbers and numbers of mercenaries, numbers of these half-orc, half-elves, the Litheni, they call themselves. You probably find out at some point. In there, having drinks, having arm wrestles, having arguments, generally shouting and cavorting. You don't see any music being played. You see lots of like drinks being served, food being like brought around. Floor's a little bit sticky as you get in. A lot of like beer spilled in here, and like the scent of like bear, like animal, and like sweat and beer is very much like soaked into the wood here.
Cassian's having the worst day ever. I'm gonna walk up behind him and nudge his shoulder. Cheer up.
I'm gonna nudge you back.
They'll bring you over to like a corner table and like clear some people off. You see some more like half orc, half elves, but look a fair bit younger and not as muscle bound. And they're like, claws off. Come on. Fine. Privileges are rank, you know. Pull two tables together and right. What'll everyone be having? It's on us.
What would you recommend?
Beer, food. Gammon's particularly nice.
Some of the sailors back in Mirabel used to drink. You get a pint of ale, and you drop a shot of something else in it.
We can certainly do that.
That sounds great.
Anything for anyone in particular?
I'll try that.
Just ice water for me, please.
No problem. Take a few minutes, then comes back with this like where they have like steins. They have like 4 in their hands, and most of them with like this very like hearty, dark, rich ale, and then one of them the same like stein but full up with like icy water and down on the table. And drink up, and then brings along like a smaller platter with some like basically like smaller like silver little shot glasses essentially. And then from a small skin like with just a clear liquor.
So what are we doing?
You drop the shot in the ale, and then you drink it before it spills over the top.
That's a lot of ale, that's bigger than I.
It's like 2 pints.
Okay.
If you can drink it all in one, I promise I will never cook again.
I thought your fruit salad was very good.
Thank you.
It was good, but also Boblem is very good at cooking.
Yes, it's true.
So tell us about yourselves. Drop my shot in, drink the whole thing.
Whoa!
It's a lot. You have to sort of wipe your face after you get through it. It's like, whew. The beer itself is like a dark, like really rich stout. It's sort of like chocolatey notes almost. Very, very thick. It's almost like drinking like gravy essentially. But like in a nice way. But after 2 pints, it's like, whew. You see Bosco like loosening her breeches.
God, I love her.
10 food babies tonight.
And then just sort of, you see a couple more being prepared of like what seems to be a different, like a golden, like bubbling beer. Okay, and if you want anything else, just ask at the bar. They have plenty: juices, cordials, milk, whatever you want.
Just water is fine, thank you.
Got it.
You want to try and do the same?
Able to get through it. It takes a fair amount of time. Like good, like 20 seconds. And a fair amount like runs down your chin on your various necklaces, but you get through it. You see that Astra has a big like frothy mustache.
You've got about 3 minutes until that knocks you out. Not literally.
Astra.
Prestidigitation.
You're welcome.
That's a neat trick.
It's very handy.
So yes, tell us about yourselves.
Well, my name's Bosco, and I ride a bear.
Called Berska.
Called Bearskit. The funny thing is, they have I suppose you'd call it a bear name. They have a true name that they're born with, and I know. It's cool. It's part of the bond between us, and well, I'm not from around here. I'm from up north, across the mountains. When a couple of us came down 5 years ago, and the city decided, hey, it'll be good to have fingers and lots of pies, and establish ourselves as mercenaries in another city. Yeah.
Impressive.
And that marriage is sort of like, And they all tell the tale of how they've been in this company, Ursa Volantis, for a number of years, varying on them. Starting out as claws, essentially these recruits who would train for a while, go through this very rigorous selection to get into the organisation itself. And then once they were in and accepted, would spend a year in the wilds with a polar bear cub, essentially bonding with it and learning to survive out in the wilds. And there are a fair amount of recruits who don't make it and come back early, or it's too tough for them. But those that do come back get inducted into the ranks of Ursa Volantis and go on to become trained to become lancers, this indomitable heavy cavalry. It's, from the way they tell it, known across the world as like the elite shock cavalry. Like no spear line would ever stand up to a charge of 5 of these bears, let alone like a contingent. They sort of imply that there's probably close to 200 in total in the whole contingent. That's all they need. But you know that here there are only like 24, pretty much. And that they are so expensive that if and when they're hired, it's 1 or 2, maybe 3.
Wow. Impressive.
Well, they need a lot of feeding.
Do you have other bases elsewhere?
We do, but not at liberty to say. No, you've said quite enough.
It was at least a lucrative decision to move here, though.
Well, we get wages. Wages are wages. But, you know, that's military life.
I suppose so.
Are you friends with the other mercenaries?
We don't spend too much time with them. We tend to keep ourselves to ourselves. As the groups go, we're newer to the city, and something about the bears puts people off, I think.
See why?
No, but they're so cuddly when you get up close.
They're not always.
I'm sure.
They have a reputation for a reason.
Do you know why the Maglubians just kind of left?
Oh, the legions. And Bosca sort of pipes up like, it's curious. I did know a few hobgoblins actually, but no, never expressed any sentiment to beforehand. They were very, when you're on the job, you're on the job, and the job is your life. I mean, don't get me wrong, Marius, Addy, you guys are like a family to me. I'd go wherever you go, but it's like they had nothing outside of it. That is all they did. They were soldiers from the moment they woke up to the moment they slept, and even then.
So you'd never catch them in the tavern unwinding after a mission?
No. They'd come and unwind, sure, but they were not strict, but just, and not aloof, but just always on. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I like them. I'd call a fair couple of them friends. I'd be happy to fight by their sides, but no, I had no inkling why they all left.
Strange and a little bit unnerving, honestly.
Yeah.
We saw their tracks heading east.
Heading east? No. No, I couldn't say I know where they're going.
We'll find something eventually.
I'm sure.
Well, it might be worth asking.
No. I mean, I can ask around, but couldn't say for sure.
Just curious, really.
Addy asks, so what brings the 6 of you together?
What a question.
Face.
God, it's a random chance.
Yeah, I don't think we even really know.
What would you class yourselves? Mercenaries? Adventurers?
Something in the middle.
People have used the word adventurers quite a few times. I don't think any of us would consider ourselves professional adventurers.
Well, you
don't have
Maybe
to
you.
perfect.
Quite like the answer fate there.
Wow, you did something good for the city. It's good to see.
I guess we're just a group of like-minded people who want to do some good.
Right place, right time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everyone needed some good coming to it.
Needs some change.
Yeah.
You're right. It's an uncomfortable position, being in the city as an outsider and seeing what goes on. Within our remit, we don't have authority to do anything, and you don't see it all either.
I'm curious, when you first arrived in the city as, a new group of mercenaries, how were you, obviously you've said the bears intimidate people, but in general, how were you treated? Did you have to start out on the lower tiers and come up, or were you able to come straight up to here?
No, the city funded us a space. Our city, Ellenithel, funded us a space here, and that was paid for before we arrived. It's just the local populace who were a bit weirded out, I suppose.
Yeah. You're from Ellenithel?
Yeah.
I thought you might be. I had some tutors from there.
We stand out. Don't see many like us.
I've always wanted to go there.
It's a nice place.
I've heard.
It's cold.
Other than that, it sounds great.
Sorry, are we going to be dreadfully serious all night, or are we here to celebrate?
You know what?
You're right.
You're right.
How about a drinking game?
What?
Yes.
Prince Vanden!
What do you mean?
At that, Bosco and Marius are like, sorry, Prince?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know we were hanging out with royalty. You hear that, everyone? We got a prince in our midst. Doesn't really fully look like they believe it, but just like, way! Well, I must be on my best manners then. And that Bosco is like, I'm descended from royalty too.
Oh yeah?
And Marius like, don't start this again.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, go on.
Well, my great-great-great-grandmother was of royal descent, and I'm technically something in the line for something.
Whereabouts?
Back home. Back home. It's a very minor member, you could say.
So minor.
Oh my god, you know what? I never put the two and two together. It's not something that comes up often. Shut up!
Well, it seems we're drinking with two members of royalty tonight, so...
Another round! And more drinks are boom boom forward again. Two pints lines before you've even finished your...
Haven't even finished this one!
It's not the same stout, it's more of the golden ale that is just brought out.
Still alone.
I don't need to get rid of all of this.
No, you didn't have to do that with the first one. Right, moving on from the subject of royalty, thank you.
You have a game.
What game?
What game? What
Go
are you thinking?
on, enlighten us.
Truth or Dare. The sailors used to play it.
Yeah, we used to play that on the airship as well.
You?
No, I don't know.
You?
How do you play?
Okay, simple rules. Someone starts, and they ask someone of their choice, truth or dare. That person picks one or the other. You ask them a question, they have to answer truthfully, or tell them a dare they have to do. And once they've done it, they can ask someone else.
Fun fact, this game is how I got this, and she points to the undercut. So this idea.
Bosco's like, it's a good look. Bosco has just the top section of her hair has the back and sides just completely shaved, so it's pulled up in a top knot.
Good look on you as well.
And if you say truth and you don't want to answer the question, you can say dare instead. And then you can choose between the two.
How do you know the person's telling the truth?
Well, you don't, but that's the point of the game, just tell the truth.
You'd have
You
to
can
trust.
lie if you want to, but that's no fun.
I mean, we could cast Zone of
It's
Truth,
fun.
but
That would not be fun, because then they would be compelled, and that's not fun. And that would be what, everybody in this tavern?
why not?
Yeah, there's a lot you don't want to know in this town.
I'm sure it was a joke.
I'll play.
Yeah?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, go on.
Sure.
So who wants to go first? Vanden, since you brought it up.
Before you do, could everyone who's drinking make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, quick roll initiative,
Oh, please.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna roll initiative.
26.
Con save throw.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, con save.
Boo, get drunk.
18. 14.
21? Yeah, 21.
15.
15. Okay. Astro, Boblem, your head's spinning a little bit. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Woohoo! The rest of you can feel definitely like that warm feeling, like the glow inside. Like, this is good. This is like a good headspace to be in right now. Cassian, you can see on their expressions where this is going.
Cassian gets a little glint in his eyes.
Yeah. You see the three soldiers just sort of lean back and grin like this is gonna be fun. Bosco just undoes the button and is like okay, let's say roll initiative.
Those of us who've never played
God damn it.
disadvantage,
No, just still deciding when.
You just don't want to go
unless-
first.
maybe. I got plus 6 initiative.
If you want to give yourself disadvantage, you can.
Thank God.
The only time anyone has ever wanted.
17.
17. Okay. Oh, so you need to get the initiative tracker.
No, we just need to know who's going first.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
Oh,
20, you got 23.
23, yeah.
So you.
So Elyse is going first, and then it's just whoever gets
Yeah.
picked as we go around.
Yeah, Elyse, you're on.
I think. Let's initiate one of our new people, Boblem, truth or dare.
Truth?
What do you think your grandparents would think of all of us?
I think I said it before. I think they'd really like all of y'all. My grandma would love you. And you. Might hate you.
I can live with that one.
It's fine. It's fine. She's harmless. She's fun.
Somehow I don't believe she's completely harmless. I feel like if one of us wronged her or wronged you,
Yeah.
she could probably obliterate us.
I mean, hopefully Cassian would have more sense than that. Yeah. And Grandpa's real fun too. They quite like you.
Good. I'm quite pleased that your granddad would like me.
Yeah, it's like all of y'all. You're a bit curious. Might try to teach you some manners, but that'll be it.
Cassian's got perfectly good manners. He can just do what he did in old Maggie's place and just not speak.
True.
As fun as this seems to be, I'll be excusing myself for the evening. Addy, Bosco, look after them. And Marius just sort of just dips out.
Bye.
Right, Boblem, your turn.
So you have to ask someone.
Vanden, truth or dare?
Dare.
I dare ya to eat a plate of vegetables.
Ooh.
Is that like a thing?
Yeah.
Fine.
The plate
Can
has
we
to
order
be
a
full.
plate of vegetables? Fine.
A plate of your finest vegetables, Buggy! Yeah, alright. Close the kitchen, but fine. And stomps back and
Raw vegetables.
about a minute later brings out a little tureen of what seems to be like long stem broccoli, some green beans, some carrots, like julienne, just steaming. They are covered in butter and just gleaming. Basically, you get a waft of pepper and garlic coming off. It's ooh. does.
Fine. I'm gonna have to do this while we're playing. So in the meantime,
Take a bite.
Yeah, before you ask your question, you have to eat one.
fine.
Eddie and Bosco are just like, what?
Vanden will take a bite of a carrot.
Make a constitution save.
You have to eat the whole carrot, or you're not allowed to have your truth or dare.
Oh, the carrots are like julienne, so they're like little strips.
I'll eat an entire strip of carrot and go, yeah.
What? Surprisingly nice. But you don't necessarily have to admit it.
Elyse, truth or dare?
Dare.
Okay. I feel like you'd do anything. I'm sorry, I feel like you'd do anything. Okay, something I don't think you would do. I dare you to let me hold your arcane focus.
Her face literally just drops. Kind of looks around. Okay. She opens up the pouch on her belt and takes out the arcane focus, which I don't think Oscar or any of them would have.
No, they haven't. So they're like, ooh. You put it in his hands, take it off, and the light diminishes. You see like a static shot, nothing like damaging, but like when you like touch an electric fence, essentially.
Drop it on the table.
Hey!
Ow!
Yeah, it doesn't like other people, I told you.
What is that?
It's an heirloom.
Alright. Guess that answers that.
Your turn. Thank you for trusting me. Ow! Stick my fork in the vegetable.
Cassian, truth or dare?
Truth.
Why don't you drink alcohol?
I don't want to.
Fair enough.
Each their own.
It's as simple as that, I'm afraid.
Okay.
There you go.
Sariel, truth or dare?
Sort of catches her mid-drink.
Truth?
What's the most memorable animal you've ever wild shaped into?
What would the dare be?
I can just ask a different question.
That's not the rules. You're gonna come up with a dare for Sariel.
Sneak up on a stranger and make little flowers on them. Without getting noticed.
Okay.
You want me to cast enhanceability on you?
I was going to cast Pass Without a Trace. I cast Pass Without a Trace on myself.
You sort of disappear ever so slightly into the shadows, which like cling around you. You see Bosco and Addie's jaws just. We could really do with some people like you in our ranks. If you ever fancy a change of career.
You hear a voice, or Bosco hears a voice behind it. I'll think about it.
I was just looking at her.
Sarah's gonna go behind the bar
Mm-hmm.
and do it to the barman.
You see, the barman themselves looks pretty sauced. Looks like they're like getting into their own drink. They're sort of like halfway like lean over the counter like, my body lies over the ocean. My body lies over the bay. My body lies over the ocean. Oh, to bring my... What's the word?
Bonnie.
Bonnie! No.
Go behind him and give him a little flower crown.
Make a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Come here. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He's gonna roll perception or something.
With disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm rolling with just one.
Sleight of hand.
Oh, sleight of
hand. No! The only roll I've done all weekend. Little snowdrops appear in their hair. My body! It was it. Has no idea. A bunch of other people in the bar see these appear in his hair and are able to see you behind and are just like, what? Yeah! Yeah! Alright, who's for another?
Well done.
This is my turn.
Yes.
That was very impressive.
Thank you. Astra. Truth or dare? Truth? Tell us about someone who you knew before you met us. I know an old farmer. I think you like him.
Oh.
They live outside Fang. They couldn't have kids, but they've been living on the farm for a long time. They're about 70. It was a halfling and his wife. What was their name? Kenzen. Farmer Kenzen. Hope they're doing alright. It's been a while since I've seen them. Maybe we could go visit them one day. Maybe.
Sorry.
Oh, it's my turn now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's right.
Baska, truth or dare?
Oh. Dare. Cool.
Of course.
Dare. Have an arm wrestling match with the largest person in here.
Well, I'm the largest person in here. So. Well, Addie's a bit of a weed.
Sorry, Annie.
Nah, she's right. Sort of looks over all of you and like put it past and you. This like large, like grey-skinned person turns around, stands up, and you're talking to me. Yeah.
I'm going to use subtle spells to cast enhanced ability on Bosca.
Okay.
So she has advantage on strength
You
checks.
see, like her hair, like at the top, sort of begins to crackle with like static electricity. You see her shoulders flex, and come on, drinks of the night are on it. Alright. And turns and sort of comes to the table that you're at and like gently like tries to like push some of you away. Shoulders broader than Bosca's, these enormous like tattooed arms with all these like iron bangles and jewelry like down the table. His knit like pretty much dwarfs her hand, like she's big but this person's
So her hand's a
big.
tiny one, yeah.
Hey, let me...
Roll against yourself.
Yeah, okay. That's good. What's good thing she had advantage? They lock arms. Keep it still for a second. Another second. And you realise they've started, but they're both just purely evenly matched. His arm begins to sway a little bit before hers. You see her arm just like bulging and rippling before this sickening boom! And you hear this ah! You see his elbow is just sticking out of his and he just around the bar people stand up and begin shouting, what's happened, what's happened? She broke my arm!
Alright, don't worry. We have healers. We can fix this.
Wide-eyed.
Let's
Boss is like stood up like, oh no, no.
Let's try and set this.
I'm trying to see Macaroni's mouth.
Nikolai
Come on, I can do it.
stands up, shaking,
Alright,
and
come on,
begins
sir.
to.
It's okay, it's okay.
Stop setting his arm back. I'm gonna
Okay.
cast healing word at level 3.
Okay, okay.
And I'll cast healing hands at the same time.
This just as sickening. You see the bone snap back into place. Another. Boom! Just face down on the table.
Oscar!
And he's like, no. This isn't something to celebrate. You broke a man's arm. I've broken many men's arm, and I'll break many more.
Yeah, Oscar!
Oh, she get there.
Well, it's your turn.
Let's gestures to his friends and spends about 5 minutes picking up this lump and like dragging him outside. Comes back after a few minutes like, he came around. He'll be all right. But he doesn't want to see me again. He's not going to pay for our drinks.
It's fine. Fair enough.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's alright.
You were amazing. That was incredible.
Didn't expect that.
No.
I didn't know you were strength.
Elyse sweats.
No, apparently I don't. I felt a lot stronger. Weird.
It's your turn.
Oh. Boblem.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the Boot of Beer challenge?
The what?
Gives a leg up and pulls off a long boot, like nearly knee high.
Vanden puts a hand on his face in shock.
Grabs like her 2-pint drink and just make dead in the eye. Oh, truth or dare?
Truth! Like,
Come on, Boblem.
scoots away from his chair. Oh, you hate the boots.
I would.
I know this isn't how it's supposed to work, but right, who's willing to accept a dare then?
Elyse will drink the boot.
Can I clean the boot first? You've had your foot in now, no offence, but
I think that's the point.
It's about the flavour.
oh,
I'll get you later, Bob. Don't worry.
No, you won't.
Elyse, truth or dare?
Yeah.
Take Addie's. No. Yes. Hands you, pointing downward, filled with beer, leaking at the seams. Boot, ale, and just.
Responsibility's only for checks, not saving throws, huh?
Yep.
It's okay.
Go on then, Elyse.
Picks it up and just starts chugging.
You get about 3 mouthfuls through before you get to the flavour.
The flavour.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, bye.
Yeah, make sure you do it in the end of the tray.
20, dirty 20.
Nice! You get through the flavour. Nearly to the end, but it's still about 3 pints that can get you to make another Constitution.
Oh, okay.
One for the flavour, one for just the sheer volume that it is.
That'll be 23.
Against all odds, the boot
Elyse.
raises up to the heavens and you even Bossy like, Elyse.
She just puts it down, she's like, that was delicious.
It was not.
She is lying.
You are definitely feeling it. You've now had 5-6 pints and you're.
The dice know at least strength.
Yeah, apparently so.
I'll offer you a piece of buttery garlic broccoli for the taste. and shovel another one in my mouth reluctantly.
How are you doing with your veggies?
I'm only halfway down now. It's like, my body's like, thank you.
Would you like something to wash the taste out?
Oh, I'm okay. Your time.
Shakes it out and just stares at you while she does Astra like
Traumatized.
Now this is Cassian's nightmare.
It's because of Clinton.
I think that's
so warm now.
Oh, how is it warm?
I know.
Well, I suppose it's Elise's turn.
It is my turn. And seeing as Bosca is so strong, truth or dare?
Dare again, I suppose.
I want to see how many push-ups you can do with me on your back.
Saddle up. Clears his face on the floor and just like drops down to the floor in a push-up position, elbows like tucked into her side and her chest like just resting off the ground.
Elyse goes and sits and does it in like a mock, like, oh, I'm such a dainty lady.
Okay.
She still has a possibility.
Yeah. She gets to 20.
Nice.
Just straight up, down, up, down.
Well, damn.
You've done this before, I see.
Gotta be strong. Go on, off. I barely know you. And just sort of just like pats you on the back, and like lingers a little bit.
This guy just like looks at her and sits back down.
Right.
You'll go again.
I'm running out of ideas. Sariel, truth or dare?
Truth.
How'd you get your hair so white? Is that natural?
Yes.
That's all I want to know.
You're welcome.
She has white hair as well, but not the same shade, not this like brilliant white. It does, there are like patches of grey and like even like a few strands of black in there as well, sort of like dirty snow almost.
As long as it's not yellow snow.
Yeah. Boblem.
Yeah.
Truth or dare?
There?
Wild shape into the silliest thing you can think of.
Silliest thing.
What's wild shape?
You'll see.
You'll see.
Oh.
Oh.
You'll like this.
Maybe.
It's not too big because
Lots of people
I
around.
could have said biggest thing you can think
It's
of.
true.
That's true.
But the silliest might be the biggest.
True, I won't do that.
Blue whale.
I wild shape into a goose. Yeah, but the hat doesn't merge into it, so it's with a hat.
Bosca and Annie just fall back on their chairs, two legs. They come up like, what? A bunch of people around as well. Because most people like weren't looking at you. Didn't see the transformation, but now just see a goose on the table.
And I start dancing.
This is a drunk goose.
Waving my long neck around.
Yeah, there's a lot more alcohol comparatively in his body.
He needs to turn back to do his turn.
Boblem, can you turn back to Boblem?
Again, it's all about the arms.
Bosca and Annie are just crying.
Eventually turns back but forgets that like he's on the table, so just turns back and just sits on the table. Out fun.
It's your turn, Boblem.
Is that something you can all do?
No,
These
those
two.
two.
And he's like, I'm gonna call it. I'm sorry. I think I pissed myself.
Alrighty.
Stands up and just like. Don't worry about him. I'll stay with you for a bit more. Oh.
Cassian,
Boblem.
truth or dare?
Truth.
Truth. Do you like us all?
Yes.
That's nice.
You're really wasting your questions here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, Boblem.
By this. Oh, sorry, go.
Oh, sweet innocent Boblem.
Sorry. By this point, the five of you are definitely beginning to feel it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Got a good buzz on. Some of you more than others.
Vanden.
Yes.
Truth or dare?
Looks down and plant the vegetables. Truth.
Mostly done.
How do you feel about the last person who you kissed?
Dare.
Okay.
Goes pretty big.
Say something nice about all five of us.
Fine.
And Bosco.
As a point of note, Bosco is just looking between the two of you with like a grin.
Just roll a perception check.
She rolled an insight check.
Can we all roll insight check?
No, it's not.
Thank you, Soviets.
Fine. Start with you, Bosco. Incredibly strong, beautiful, talented.
Thank you.
Cassian, you're incredibly intelligent, a very worthy member of this team, and a better person than you give yourself credit for.
That's what I said.
Quiet, Astra. It's not your turn.
Sariel, you have the strongest spirit of anyone I've ever met. Boblem, you're perfect.
You already said that.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
That's too good.
Astra, you have qualities in you that I didn't think it was possible for a person to possess. You're so brave and so full of good. I didn't think anyone could be that full of good without having an ounce of bad in them. And Elyse, you are just so smart, so resourceful, so powerful. I'm absolutely bloody honoured to be sat here with all of you.
Yeah.
Drinks last.
Cheers. Oh, I'm on a
Come on, you
cheers.
two. It's not about what's in it, it's about the motion.
Cheers.
Cheers all.
You doing okay there, Bosco?
Nope.
Astra, truth or dare?
Truth.
Tell us about your home.
Dare.
Oh. Send a message to Arinthius right now.
Saying what?
Whatever. What? Say. Send a message to Arinthius right now. This is Astra's crush. It's like very pushing it, but
He is.
slightly slurring my words.
What they like.
He's a very attractive red tiefling.
Very handsome.
Roguish, tall.
Suave.
I just don't agree with the moustache.
Very well acquainted with semen.
fully like.
He's a sailor, Bosco. What are you thinking?
He sounds dashing.
Oh, he really is.
He's a good friend.
Friend, is that so?
He sent Astra a button.
For him.
A button.
It was a very special button.
Oh, okay. Right.
And you got your tail pierced because he had his tail pierced.
And you got feathers like he has.
Just like how they looked on him.
Anyway, the there is to send him a message.
Okay. Okay.
Vanden's pretty wasted.
In a very drunken voice. Astra voice. So ridiculous.
What do you say?
Hi, Arenthius, it's Astra. You know Verdant Astra. The tiefling that we met, and just
Tell him you like the cut of his jib.
thank you for the button that you sent me.
How many are we on?
I'm 23. You're really nice.
I'm really what? No, go on, Astra. It's so comforting to have your voice in my ear late at night. If I'd known the fates would have me so lucky, I'd be a gambling man.
What did he say? Astra's very bright at pink.
Did he reply?
No.
Can I tell him he's lying?
Inside check!
You'd have seen his eyebrows go up a certain bit.
It's your turn. That was a very good message, however, I think you ran out of words at the end.
Oh. Cassian, truth or dare?
Truth.
And don't ask me another bloody yes or no question.
Why do you like the water so much?
It's nice to go swimming.
Fair.
I live by the sea, it's right there.
I live by the sea, but I don't like the water.
I like it a lot. It's just calming.
I can't swim.
Me neither.
Berska can though. What does that say?
Good for Beska.
Yeah. Not for me.
It's fine. Beska will swim and you'll just ride on Beska.
Hopefully.
Berska can teach ya.
You know what, that's a good idea.
They do like the bear paddle.
It's really cute.
Maybe you can do the back paddle.
A Litheni paddle, I suppose.
Then I guess it's your turn.
Cassian.
Sassian.
You guys are getting very drunk. Do we have to keep going?
Yes. It's the whole point of the game.
When does it end?
Never.
Yes.
What?
Boblem, truth or dare?
There?
Do you have the alchemy jug with you?
Yes.
Ask for mayonnaise and drink as much as you can.
You have to.
What would the truth be? Just out of curiosity.
What is the silliest thing you've ever agreed to do? And I hope the answer is drinking mayonnaise.
You know, I think you probably also already what the silliest thing is, so I'll give this a try. I'm drunk enough.
Okay, make a constitution.
Oh, it's not gonna go well, is it?
Oh!
19!
I'd say you get through about 2 jars worth. That is, with the 19, as much mayonnaise as anyone can humanly or half-elfly consume. It begins to mix with the beer, and you feel you are. It has bettered you. You have about 30 seconds.
Before what? Somebody else have my go. I might go for a second.
Sort of staggers off.
Elyse, I trust you with my go.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, we'll probably make this the last one then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Can I come back?
Yeah.
After a bit.
About 30 seconds pass, and Boblem returns looking quite green.
You okay, buddy?
Better now.
Maybe have some vegetables.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Nice.
You know,
Don't try and
mayonnaise
pawn
goes.
them off on him.
He needs them.
So do you.
That's true. We can share them. Put it in between us.
I already had so many.
Yeah, but I sell all of them. And I take one broccoli.
I will do something else. I don't want to finish the vegetables.
Okay, then truth or dare?
Look at Cassian there.
I dare you to cut your hair with your own sword. Or let me do it.
I'm not letting you do it.
Would you like a mirror? Suit yourself.
Wait, you're not actually going to cut your hair.
That was the dare.
It's the
You
dare.
don't have to. You don't have to do that.
I'd say you wouldn't have brought your sword out with you, probably.
I have a dagger.
Bosco also pulls out like a fold in the clothes.
You don't have to cut your hair if you don't want to, and someone else wants you to, though.
Take both daggers and look at them.
Bosco's is like a blue quartz.
And mine is like a curved jambia dagger with a red stone set in it, in the hilt.
It's very nice,
Thank you.
but the curve kind of scares me for cutting my hair.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Wait, how much does he have to cut off?
Has he got his hair tied up in
Yeah,
the half
ponytail.
ponytail?
Yeah, it's in a ponytail.
Yeah, cut the ponytail off.
That's a lot. That's a lot of hair.
Ah, if he wants to do it.
What would the truth be? As I already put in the daggers.
This is out of character. This is genuinely what I had written as the truth. It was going to be asking who the last person you kissed was.
Vanden grabs the ponytail and just slices the dagger through it.
Hell yeah.
Good 3 inches of it in your hand.
The rest of his hair kind of just flops down to sort of his jawline.
Hey!
It suits you.
Thank you.
The rugged look.
Very dashing.
Boy, you really don't want to talk about whoever you kissed.
I sense something there.
I think we're probably through with the game now. Boblem threw up.
I think that's a good idea.
Perhaps we should all go home and get some rest.
I've got drills in the morning. And
You'll be fine.
There's
No.
armoring and clothes to be made for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shopping trip.
Yeah, I need some water.
Oh, same.
Have some of mine, share it around. What's that?
Oh, this looks like my hair.
Maybe Cassian can cast mending and
Don't think that's how it works.
We should probably go home.
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure. And I look forward to having you back around.
Yeah, just don't break any more arms.
I thought that was really cool.
Say hello to Baska for us.
Please give her cuddles
Please.
from us. Wait, it's a boy, isn't it?
Bosco's a boy.
Please give him cuddles from us.
And I just leave in the stables tonight.
Yeah.
Good night, Bosco.
Good night, Bosco. And turns and just staggers out like.
I carefully shepherd this lot back to the barracks.
It's a mission.
I lean very heavily on you.
Can we get a kebab?
I ruffle my hand through your nice new short hair.
You can absolutely get a kebab. It's good.
I want halloumi. I want everything.
Yeah. You get back to the barracks and pretty sore.
That was a great night.
That was amazing.
That was great.
I'm gonna hate myself tomorrow.
No, you won't. You're gonna love your new haircut.
What?
It looks really good. It was done by a professional. So, just like mine was.
I'm so cheap as well.
Still holding the hair. Alright, I'm going to bed.
It's cool, thank you.
What are we gonna do with that?
I don't know, it's Elise's prize.
Don't keep it.
She puts it in her pouch. You're gonna let me have the ears or the goblin hand? I'm doing this.
You can like tie it up with something.
I'm gonna go upstairs into Cassian's room and fall asleep immediately on his bed.
Oh.
Just
I'll bid you all good night because I'm sober and I just want to snooze. And then just.
snoring lightly.
Just move the covers around him a little bit and just sit and meditate on the floor.
Elyse somehow makes her way up to the roof. She won't remember how.
Make a dex check.
Enhance ability. 20. It's just straight dex. 21.
Yeah. Okay. First time you go up, you knock some like tiles off, they skip to the ground below.
Who did that?
No one saw. Get up and just cocoon yourself.
Just like roll up in my blankets and stuff and just like, Rana, keep watch.
Rana's very like dizzily flying high. I can need a like figure of eight. Like,
Rana got wasted. Oh, this is gonna be so regretful.
Sleep comes to most of you. Sorry, sleep comes to you. The morning coming to many of you painfully. Light is bright. It's so bright.
I'm gonna roll to see who's hungover.
You're all hungover. Except Cassian.
And as usual, I get up early and I just sit in my room looking at Vanden like.
As usual.
He's not normally there to look at, is he?
Katelyn wakes up, sort of whines slightly, rolls over. Probably the best night's sleep he's had in a long time. In a real bed. Sunlight coming in like.
Morning sunshine.
Huh? Hello?
Hello. This is my room.
Oh. Excuse me.
Nothing untoward happened.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
You don't.
You just slept on my bed, so I sat on the floor.
Sorry.
I don't need to sleep, so.
Get out of the bed and sort of stand there awkwardly, like. Go to flatten my hair.
I told you it's very dashing.
Oh. Oh.
Vanden, you look very handsome.
Thank you. A little bit red. Well, as long as you think so.
I do. You're not here.
I know.
I wasn't too much of a menace last night, was I?
No. Not as much as Bosco.
Don't normally like getting that drunk, but I don't know, I thought we had something to celebrate.
We did. And we celebrated it well. And I made Boblem throw up, which I should probably apologise for.
If he remembers.
If he remembers.
I need to get something to eat.
Should we go get breakfast? Just gives you like condescending ruffle of the hair.
It leans in your hand like,
The rest of you don't feel great. Boblem, you have the taste of beer and mayonnaise. Most of you woke up with like kebab like around you, like was that mutton or was that mushroom? Astra's mushroom kebab.
Astra's horns with halloumi on them.
That's too filthy.
Boblem doesn't make breakfast. He just puts the blanket around him and like goes to sit in front of the garden.
Cassian makes tea for everyone,
Oh,
but doesn't know how to cook.
there's a nice like breeze like blowing in through the garden. It's like fresh mountain air.
Can I see Boblem from the garden from where I am on the roof?
You see a bomb-shaped cocoon.
Like, Elyse is just like sat there wrapped up in her blankets, eating her like half-finished kebab from the night before. She's like, Boblem! How you doing?
Dying? You?
It's how you should feel after a celebration.
I turned back around, like talked to the plant. Timberly, your father is dying.
Turn up like face you and like.
I need you to take care of your siblings for me.
What is this like cake drama you
Someone makes his own fun. At the breakfast table, Vanden's gonna remember the last time we saw the Zalvias, last time we saw Iro, and they just slap himself in the face with the hands.
Feel a bit better.
Nudge the tea in a glass of water.
Thank you.
blank?
On the horn.
On the horns. He's camping now.
Good morning, Astra.
Is it?
Yes. It's a lovely day in Shadeborn. So much to do.
You're very loud.
Breakfast.
Vanden. Are you okay about your hair?
Not particularly.
I knew it. I knew you wouldn't be.
It's done now. It's just hair. Hair grows.
It looks good.
It looks very good.
It does look good. I'm sorry you cut it off in that way though.
It's fine. What happened to the hair?
It's in Elise's bag.
Why?
You know she collects things.
Collects the hair. Okay. Gross.
She'll be like old Maggie one day, who knows?
Okay.
New theory.
I'm gonna make breakfast.
No.
No, I am. I have to. It's a matter of life.
To redeem yourself, Vanden.
Sariel's already in there.
Come in, Sariel. Can I help?
You can be quieter.
Sorry.
Yes, if you can. Can you make some toast? Can you speak louder? Can you make some toast?
I can certainly try.
Just put this on this skewer, hold it over the fire until it looks like toast. Don't hold it too close.
You've got a really nice hunk of like a sourdough with like potato and rosemary, which is like smells good.
Hold it over the fire. I'm feeling kind of dizzy. I'm just staring into the flames without thinking, and the fire just expands around the brain. I think I did it. Is it like charcoal?
It's got like a surface layer. You could like brush it off and like it'll be alright.
Sort of scrapes the crumbs off with a knife, like, it's fine.
I'll take it through. And walk through with the skewer still like this. Toast.
If I eat, I'll die.
I'm gonna eat it.
I come back in,
Yeah.
see what you've done.
I made toast.
Sarah makes eggs and tomatoes and like fried potatoes.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, at least
Just got fried food.
Oh, nice. Yeah, at least
Thank
sort
you.
of shuffles in her blanket eventually. And it's just like, Vanden, I think I borrowed something from you last night, and just throws the hand down on the table, not near the food.
Oh.
I don't think that there was very fun.
Oh, you accepted it?
Pick it up and just look at it. Well, if you can shave half of your head, I can cut off the hair that took 3 years to grow.
Exactly.
It grows back.
Yeah, I think I probably need to shape this again sometime soon.
Astra, do you remember who you spoke to last night?
And what they said.
He disappears back into the light. Everything's too loud right now.
Right. Well, once you lot are ready for the day, there is business in order.
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, I can handle it. I slapped myself, didn't I? So.
Right. We need to go and talk about armor for you. And
Yes.
figure out some clothes.
Yes, I will compose myself almost entirely.
Elyse just quietly reaches for the hair and puts it back.
Clothes. What do we need?
What do you want? Shirts, I can make.
And then I guess just some kind of coat.
Some kind of coat, I can alter it. I have a few ideas.
Okay.
You probably need to buy like a couple of gold's worth of materials if you want to make something from scratch, but yeah.
And then armor. We were going to go and see
Faster.
Faster.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to buy a dagger, so new dagger.
What about you three?
I don't want to go out.
I want to survive.
Why don't you drink some sweet tea?
You know what? That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, here I made tea.
Fiend.
It's really good tea, actually.
I think he remembers.
I don't know how he remembers.
Oh, I'm sorry, Boblem. I thought it would be funny.
And Cassian was sober.
You still think it's funny, don't ya?
I do think it's funny.
It was very funny, to be fair.
What's as funny as you as a goose?
Oh, that was amazing.
Thanks for the tea, though.
The three of us can go out. Sariel, are you coming or are you staying?
I'll stay with these two.
Look after them.
Look after the plants, or maybe they'll look after you.
They're gonna have to.
Let's go then.
Yeah.
Right. Let me gather my sketches first.
Elyse just kind of quietly, like, pats her hair down a little bit, tries to make herself look a little bit more presentable. Just.
Okay. Those of you who are staying in the barracks, what would you like to do?
Once again, Boblem's gonna be out by the garden telling his children that he's dying.
Okay.
He'll sit outside in the fresh air and with as much sunlight as this place gets.
Yeah. Which is very little direct sunlight, but it's better
It
than
is
being
daylight.
outside. Yeah.
Before I go outside, I'm going to head up to my room for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Sending to remember.
Okay.
Fuck's sake.
Astra, every day.
Yeah.
Text the boyfriend every day.
What are you wearing?
You up more?
Oh, for God's sake, okay. You got this. And I have 3 spell slots at this level, so.
Dangerous.
For God's sake. Hi, Erinthius. It's me again, Astra. Verdan's Astra. Just wanted to say sorry about last night. I was told that I sent you a message.
Don't worry about it. It was quite comforting, actually. Not opposed to it. Late at night, hearing your voice, I can get used to that. Stay safe, Hanson.
I'm going to expend 1 more spell slot to reply. Yes! You stay safe too. And thank you for the gift. Also, tell Jocelyn that Vanden is like her. With wings.
Oh. Of course. Discretion will be the name of the game. Pass on my best to the group. I hope to see you all again soon.
Does that count to the word limit?
Yeah, he didn't max out the word limit. Message him one more time! Me at 15 with like no credit on my phone.
Yeah, just hobbles. She goes downstairs and joins them in the garden. Drinking's a mistake.
You might be onto something there.
What are you giggling about?
Are you not dying?
I'm feeling better after food.
True. It was delicious.
Thank you. Not as good as yours.
Definitely just as good, if not better. Would you like to help me plant some more flowers?
I'd love to.
What are your favorite flowers?
Oh. Thinks about it. And crafts some of the white flowers that she always makes.
Yeah.
Midnight jasmine. We have them back home.
That's nice.
You can only smell them at night.
Magical.
I think I've seen something like this in the forest in Riven. Beautiful. What's your favourite flowers?
Well, I think mine's quite obvious. I just point and embroider some flowers.
Just in case there was another contender.
Like tulips too.
Does they remind you of home?
It's not just pretty. Before, when I was younger, like really, really young, I do remember a field of sunflowers just being around. And then just started moving the farm. Then I didn't see them again. Kinda miss them.
Are they not always there on the farm?
They were when I was growing up, but then we moved. It moved.
So you didn't move around when you were younger?
It's difficult to tell, you know? When you're young, memories don't always make a lot of sense.
But you remember always having the sunflowers?
When I was really young, yeah. And then they were just gone, and so was everything around us.
Did you ever see them again?
No. How about you, Astra? Favorite flower?
Wildflowers.
Yeah.
Just any flower that you find in the forest, really. Usually low lying. I like the little white ones. They're very pretty.
Thank you.
Should make some wildflowers as well.
Cute.
Okay. The other three of you.
We make our way to the Anvil Hall to Faiston's forge, yeah.
The Mountain Orchid. In the same vein. You head there and you see her seemingly having her breakfast, sort of like unwrapping this little like whack paper and opening up little like bread and meats, and when she sees you, just sort of perks up and didn't realise you'd be back.
Of course.
Good to
Elyse
see
was
you.
quite keen.
Well, I wanted that dagger, so
Is that right?
yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well, come on in. You step into the forge and feel the heat. You see the first fires of the day being lit. You see the little method like scurrying around and opening up next to the forge, and then breathing fire inside. The outside of it begins glowing, and then you white hot heat. You wipe already a sweat from your brow. Same one?
Yeah, I mean, if you have any others I'd like to see.
We've not got anything, but we can have things made for the future, if you want.
well, this is kind of pressing, so I guess I'll take another look at the one you showed me earlier.
Of course. Takes it out with the wrapping and sort of spins it like on like her finger and like between like the curve of like one black nail in her hand before grabbing it,
Can I?
passing it over to you. It's got this sort of like a curved, like wiggled blade.
Yeah.
It'll probably end like 10 inches long.
Elyse sort of takes it in her hand and starts to like twirl it around
Mm-hmm.
and tossing it from hand to hand, and then she tosses it back to her right hand and spins it again, and blue flame starts to twirl around it with like sparks dancing off of it. She's like, yeah.
Sounds like a good fit.
Yeah.
Incredible work.
Looks you up and down. And that's not part of the dagger.
It's a new spell I've been practicing.
Wow.
I'll take it.
I'll be 128 pieces of gold.
Sure. Hands
Pleasure doing
over
business.
most of her money.
Passes it over. And I sort of pulled it out, and the man swoops down, picks up the little bag, zooms around, and you like drop off behind somewhere. And
I call out to the Mephit in Primordial. It's like, hey, come back over here.
is what you all hear, and then you hear Elyse. No. Working.
But you're really cute. I want to look at you more.
Two little ears like pop up, and then these two little like beady black eyes like frowning, and then disappear back down.
Fine.
Face is all like looks at you curiously. What about the rest of you? Huh?
Oh, well, there was another matter. I'm after some new armour.
Is that so?
What's a specific request?
I need something custom.
Well, of course. I mean, with that sale, I've made enough to tide me over for some time, so I don't mind working on something custom.
Great. It's a custom fit, really. Do you have a private room?
I suppose we can use the storeroom. I mean, how private? The four of us, or?
We can come with you if you want, or we can make sure no one else comes in.
That would be great. Just
No,
feel weird about this.
no worries, no worries. Wait, watch your shop, alright? Keep an eye on these two, yeah? And the dwarf sort of comes out and scurries out and is just sort of like tending to some notes in like a ledger, but sort of makes like idle chit chat with you two, and then, alright, come on.
Great.
Sort of like steps over some like barrels and boxes and pushes into this storeroom, which is not very big. There's sort of like her shoulders are like up against racks of like iron and tools and all sorts of things, and this is, I suppose, as private as we'll get.
Well, I'm looking for some sort of I don't know, a breastplate or something.
Of course.
It needs to have a special fitting on the back because it needs to accommodate a set of wings. I don't think I should show you in here. I think I might knock your shelves over.
Well, that's certainly interesting.
Yeah.
Like, give me a minute, and goes out and comes back after a little bit with like a book, and it seems to be an old, sort of looks like a religious textbook, and sort of flicks through and goes through to a picture of like a red-skinned individual with two large like leathery red wings coming out of their back, two horns like curving up from the front of their face, and this wicked like, trident in their hand. Like this?
Not quite, but I guess the fit would be the same.
I'm thinking like size, placement.
Yes. The main issue is that they need to open out of my back, and I would show you, but
There's a courtyard.
Sure.
Where I take the deliveries. Few more minutes.
Alright.
No problem.
Leads you out and leads you into like a very like enclosed space, and like unless someone were like peeking over the wall, probably wouldn't be able to see.
Okay, sorry. And Vanden strips off his shirt and just folds the wings out.
Steps back and
Looks very self-conscious.
stay there.
Okay.
Disappears for a second. Comes back with just an array of things in her hands. Spills them out. Pulls out like a little measuring tape and goes up to you and just like grabs you by the waist and spins you around like ducking under your wings as you move.
Okay.
You feel the measuring tape like all up on parts of your back and around your chest, and it's like looped around your waist and pulled tight and run the length of your spine, and before you know it, she sort of like pushed you away. Flipped down her goggles and flipped up like a few extra attachments and just writes in this tiny script, just lines and lines and looking up at you, and you see it's like making like a little sketch and we're in business.
Great.
But I can do this for you, okay? This is gonna take a couple of days. I'm gonna have to bring some extra help in. It's not gonna be cheap, but I need you to, every single person you see, I need you to tell them where you got this armor.
Sure.
Anytime anyone asks you about that armor, anytime you bust those wings out and someone says, wow, how do you not tear your armor apart? You tell them Faster, the mountain orchid, and Shadeborn.
I can do that.
Good.
I'm still looking a bit shaken from being grabbed and turned around so many times. And it's just like, okay, I was wondering about, I don't know, I don't want to have to have this made more than once. Something special.
I can do it. I mean, the plastron will be fine, shouldn't need to be adjusted, but the back piece will be a lot narrower, I suppose, and then sort of come down and hug your lower back. I mean more,
are there any special materials, something I won't have to upgrade this in future?
well, I've got some arakite in.
Oh, okay.
Stuff's tough.
I've heard of it.
We'll run you back some.
I'll see what we can do.
Come out front if you
Yeah,
can.
fine. I'm just gonna stand there and start letting the wings burn up, like looking slightly embarrassed.
Like when you choose to do it, they disappear like a
Okay.
matter of seconds. And she sort of like instinctively like reaches up a hand, like and then sort of like to touch it.
Quickly puts his shirt back on. It's like, I appreciate you not telling anyone about that.
Do your allies know about this?
Yes.
Do you all do this?
No, we don't. But everyone's a little bit special, especially Elyse.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Got that impression.
She's mentioned you a few times.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't wear much jewellery, does she?
Not really, no. I have seen her wear some.
Rings?
That's moving fast.
No, I'm just inquiring. If she wears any already.
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
I think she'd be inclined to wear some if she got a particular gift.
Well. Come on then, let's go up front.
We're not going to be in Shadeborn that much longer, but we will be back.
This is going to take me a couple of days to work.
That's fine, we can wait for then, but I mean, it's a couple of days. I don't know, maybe. She likes a drink or two.
I'll see what I can do. Alright. Sort of leads the way back out.
Give Elyse a wink as I walk back in.
Undoes her hair and sort of just like zhuzhes it and back and then like makes sure like her sleeve.
Elyse has been kind of like playing with her hair a little bit and just being like, it is kind of tangled from last night. Just let me like run my fingers through it.
Cassian just like slowly reaches into his bag and lifts out the mirror and is like,
Thank you.
When we go back in, laugh.
Right.
Makes your way back in. Yeah, right?
Yeah. You're so funny.
Yeah.
Quickly, quietly gives them their back to Cassian like behind them.
She's so funny.
I'm sure she is.
Ben looks pale as a sheet.
Okay, so I believe we're in business.
Yes.
Give me a few minutes, chat among yourselves if you must, and let me weigh up some things. Okay? And just sort of like leave you to your own business for a couple minutes while she like make some like mental notes and additions.
All good?
Yeah. She's very nice.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Seems to have an eye for you. I mean, we're only in Shakedown for a few more days.
Yeah, but we're coming back. Maybe.
Who knows after how long though?
You like a drink or two. Maybe you should.
No, I hate drinking. I've never drunk in my entire life.
Well, I don't think any of the rest of us are going to be up for another drink before we do, but perhaps her.
I was gonna ask, actually.
Good.
See if sparks fly.
Your hair looks good, but I'm just going to fix your hair slightly.
Thanks, yeah, when I drink it kind of does its own thing. So.
Yeah, mine too, apparently.
Yeah.
If you're ready. Okay, considering the unique nature, and I'm gonna have to get some help in all respect, but you're not ready for this, you're not cut out yet. Her apprentice sort of looks at her like, oh. You'll get there. Considering the material, this will run you back 600 pieces of gold. It'll be a work of art, I assure you.
I'm convinced it will be. 600. I'm just trying to count it up.
How much money do you have?
Not 600. I would have brought my chainmail with me. Yeah, well, I will give you this as part of the exchange.
Take a condition, or tell you what, I'll knock 50 off for it.
Fine.
I have 400.
We're still short. That's only 465.
I'm sorry, I know I owe you money, but I just spent most of it on that dagger. I can give you 2 gold and 17 silver.
Damn.
You got generous friends.
Can we come to some sort of deal, perhaps?
A difference of 85 then. Tell you what. If you can pay me the rest, pay me the difference with 100% interest
100% interest.
in a month,
Fine. Deal. It better be good.
170 pieces of gold to owe. Agreed? Or materials to the sum of.
Sure.
Steel, jewels, gold, silver.
We can do that.
I'm sure. This is me who's not coming out on top here, you know.
Oh, you will after we spread the word all across Caldera.
Good. Right, I'll take what you've got.
Right. Let me sort out this cash then.
I'll give you 65 and my chainmail.
Cassian dumps a very large pouch of gold and winks at Vanden.
Okay. We'll begin work right away.
Fantastic. Oh, and the design. I'm going to point at the Dawnbringers pin that we were given by the city, which I'm still wearing.
Embossed, inscribed,
Somewhere.
painted?
Embossed, why not?
Sure,
It's a good idea.
can do that.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Heard about what the group of you did.
Oh, you've heard of us?
Say
Our
that.
deeds.
Hard not to.
Cassian, we should step outside. See if these two need to talk about anything else.
We need to go get appropriate clothing for Frostguard, so perhaps we'll catch up with you later.
Oh yeah, buy me a nice warm coat, please.
Of course.
Of course.
Need somebody to keep you warm at night, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm not used to environments like this. Much hotter places.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
Whereabouts? Big place?
Not really from anywhere. Travelled a lot.
No, man. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. So, what brings you to Caldera?
She kind of glances around. This place is like sort of in a market, like outdoors, isn't it?
No.
It's a shop.
You're inside a shop. Yeah, there's no like exterior wall, so technically it's like open, but you're fairly like deep into the shop, a good like 20 feet or so. One of her apprentices is sort of nearby, like 10 feet away, but she sort of sees your face and gestures and they scurry into the back. So it's just the two. You can see there's no one else around.
Do you mind if I speak to you in Fulgen, Primordial?
I've not heard it called Fulgen before, but
She switches and starts speaking in Fulgen.
Yes, as well.
That's what I always called it. What we always called it, and I.
Well, Primordial's the language, I suppose, but the dialect I speak is Ignan. It's what my people speak.
Yeah.
There's not many of us. We're a pretty small community.
That makes sense. It's going to sound really stupid, but I didn't even know the language was called Primordial until a few weeks ago.
I mean, words are made up, aren't they?
I guess.
I suppose in our language it would be.
Who knows? That's why I'm in Caldera. Unfortunate circumstances that.
Oh.
But I met good people, so.
These bunch.
Yeah.
You're a lucky one. You're a lucky one.
I guess so.
Look, I can see you got stuff to do. Like.
No, I actually.
No. Look, you can chat for a bit, but your pal said you're going off.
Yeah.
If you're around for a bit more, why don't you take me for a drink?
I was hoping you were going to ask. Yeah, sure. When are you free?
Tomorrow night, let's say.
Sure.
I like whiskey.
Me too.
Convenient.
Where's your favourite place to go? I don't know the city girl. We went to a tavern last night, but we might not be welcome back there. There was a mayonnaise incident and an arm-breaking incident.
Wow, I'm suddenly questioning the sort of nights you go on.
I didn't break the person's arm, although I may have cast a spell that.
No. You know what? I don't need to know. Don't implicate me. Don't implicate me. There's a place around the corner where a lot of the Smiths go. The Bag of Tricks.
Okay.
It's cozy.
Is it? I kind of have more questions about Primordial. If it's okay to.
I've got a couple of minutes. Go on.
It's safe for you to speak it out in the open here.
Of course. I mean, how many people do you hear speaking it? Most people just think I'm whistling. I mean, I speak it to a little buddy, but
Yeah, I noticed.
I don't really speak it to anyone else. No, of course. Why wouldn't it be safe?
I was kind of told that it wasn't. But I was also told that no one else spoke it and we were the only ones.
I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't be. I felt unsafe for a number of reasons and a number of places I've gone, but it's never been for what language I spoke. Look, I know it's not easy. Like, being in a strange place, far from home.
Yeah.
Not with my family. It's tough. But it's the people with you that make it.
Yeah. So are you not from Shakeborn?
No. I'm from Caldera. I'm from the Smoking Hills, down south.
Huh.
But
from reading the map, would I have seen that place?
Yeah, it's sort of southeast.
Okay.
But yeah, quite far from here. Quite far from here.
It's a long way to come as well, I guess.
Family came when we were young.
And are they still here? You speak the language with them?
It's just me now.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright, don't worry.
I didn't think there would be anyone in Caldera who spoke Primordial, Fulgen, Ignan, whatever you want to call it. And then I found an entire city where people spoke it.
Really, where's that?
Sanskrit.
I've heard of that, but
Oh, trust me, I've been there
Blue hair. Stranger things, I suppose.
Well, yeah, there were carvings there in Fulgon, Primordial. They call it Aquan. And
So I've heard.
the Triton and the Genasi and the elves, everyone there spoke it.
Well, let's get exploring, I suppose.
Yeah, you might not want to go there for a little while. I've heard some things happened there, and they may have closed the city off to visitors. But
Oh, well, frankly, I've heard it's quite damp, so.
yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow then.
Come by my place about sundown.
Okay.
I look forward to it.
Thanks for the dagger. I'll put it to good use.
I hope so. Tell people where you got it.
Oh, I will. Trust me.
Cheers. Right. I'd best get to work. Your friends are keeping me busy.
Yeah.
Okay. And she lets you go.
Cool.
Begins carrying on with her work, and you hear the sound of the hammer. Dum, 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 on the anvil.
Cool. She takes one last glance and then leaves.
Those of you at the barracks, you've recovered. The sky is a sort of patchy, cloudy. You're able to recover, have some lunch, but still have a cozy day inside. Is there anything particular you're doing?
I'd be making preparations for the evening.
Yeah, you know it's actually the full moon tonight.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And doing some more foresight stuff.
Okay.
Reading my green notebook again and again.
Yeah. You commit it to memory.
You're not going to get a different answer, Astra.
I just read the book Vanden got me.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Are you all doing anything on the way back?
We'll
We've
go
got to go get cold weather gear.
yeah, which we're going to buy.
2 gold per person
Yeah, so
that you're buying for.
another 12 gold.
And the materials that you want as well would also be 2 gold.
So 14.
Yes.
14 total. Yeah, because I'm not going to buy something pre-made. I'm going to get something that I can alter for myself.
Okay. Well, yeah. The cost of the materials is
So
the
just
same as
come
the
to 14 anyway.
Yeah.
Not 140.
Please.
Excellent. Just
Can you make a snood for my tail?
Just a long
Tail sock.
Stitch a bunch of socks together.
and
Let it happen.
yeah, you'll just see that the prospect of altering an outfit and making some stuff is getting Cassian really excited. He's having a good time.
Talks to him about it while they do, just to watch him get excited. I don't think I've ever seen him get excited about anything else in 6 weeks.
I'm just really curious as to how I'm going to do this challenge for you. I know where I'm going to put the slits, and I think I can come up with a little device so that it stays attached to you, so that you won't get a draft back there,
Okay.
but that would easily unfold when the wings come out.
I believe in you. You can do it.
Yes, I'm probably one of the best tailors in Militail. Come on.
Well, you never outfitted my family.
No, I wasn't allowed clients of my own.
Well, I look forward to seeing what you come up with. So,
Yes, me too. We should get back.
last night, by the way, you very much caught me off guard. Don't do that in front of the others again.
Okay. I can keep a secret.
It's not. Thank you. I'm just gonna put my hand in Cassian's when we walk back.
Ooh. Okay. You make your way back, and about 10 minutes later, Elyse appears at the barracks as well.
I pull my hand on quickly.
I'll give you a little smack on the butt.
Can I roll perception to see if it's here?
No, because I got back before. But yeah, and yeah, you'd have gone out to get your things anyway, and could have got them on the way
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
jauntily walk in ahead with my arm full of fabric and bits and bobs.
Yeah. And you with all the cold weather gear, like boots and hats and ponchos and thick coats and scarves.
Come choose what you want before everyone else does. And yell into the barracks.
Come get your juice.
Implying that I wasn't buying each of these with someone in mind.
Well, I don't know. I don't clothe myself.
Yes, it shows.
Wow.
What have you got?
We'll lay out a selection of things. They're all tailored to like what colours you all like. They've got nice fur lining that complements it well.
Nice.
Like things that just sort of... Just basically think of a winter coat that suits your character's aesthetic. That's what Cassian's got.
Yeah.
You. He knows you.
Thanks, Cassian.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cassian.
Very sweet of you.
After that, I'm just gonna just whoever wants to sit around, we're gonna start making plans for route to Frostguard, what we need, just go over it all with everybody. Say that we're gonna need a few days, so that anyone wants to wrap up in the city before then. And then we'll ask Valentinian about the temple and we'll head there.
Sure.
Great.
Oh, we'll wander over to Sariel.
Hello.
What's all this then?
It's the full moon tonight.
Oh, it is.
I was going to come and find you actually.
Oh?
I was wondering if you wanted to come with me.
Oh. What does this entail?
Well, primarily it involves leaving the city and going and finding water of some sort.
Sariel, it would be my honour. You have no idea how desperate I am to go for a swim.
Perfect. Think you would take the horses?
Sure. I can somewhat ride.
Did you want to use 2 horses or did you want to share mine?
I can ride the horse.
Okay. Well, we're in no rush. It's like, what's I guess?
It's like late
sunset.
afternoon by this point. So yeah, a short time, like 2-3 hours probably.
Okay. We're in no rush.
Okay, well, let me know when you want to go and let's go.
Okay.
Time comes and you begin up at the city, make your way down. Going through the city, you notice it's not bustling like in the evening on the lower tiers, but there is slightly more activity. You see a few people wandering through the streets, and a couple of people as you go do sort of like wave up to the two of you and then they'll like whisper about. You're not greeted with suspicious looks. You are greeted with many looks and a lot of looks of recognition.
Nervously wave at people.
Kind of let my hands glow as I wave.
The guards wave you out of the city. And you ride for probably half an hour, just into like the gently rolling hills, and there are a fair amount of like little like ponds and like water courses around and small groves. You're able to find one. As the sun set, you find your space outside one. Will this do?
Yes, will do.
Probably about 15 meters by 5, just a sort of like little like almost like an oxbow lake. Maybe at its deepest like 2 meters, but the water looks silty, not ice crystal clear, but you know that's kind of a good sign. It means that there's things inside the water and it's healthy.
Okay.
Tether up the horses.
Yep. Let them graze. And Sarah will get out all of her ritual stuff and include with it the scrying eye to sort of incorporate into the ritual.
Okay.
Not to use, but to just sort of include.
Okay.
Lays out all of her white pebbles, lights her incense. So glances across to Cassian. Been a while since I've done this with anyone else watching.
Do you need me to do anything or just the company?
Company's nice.
Okay.
I'd say maybe don't go in the water just while I'm doing this, but we can go for a swim after.
Okay. I will keep an eye.
Thank you. And we'll go about her ritual with the singing in Celestial, like walking into the water.
Yeah. Take time, complete the ritual and this sort of sense of anticipation as you don't know what's going to happen given the last time, and hearts start beating and boom, 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 boom. And as the clouds clear from the moon, you hear the call of the hunt once more. Do you follow it?
Does Cassian hear it?
No. It's not a physical thing you hear, it's just...
Like a compulsion?
Yeah. It's coming from in the woods.
She'll consider it for a moment, like sort of stop what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear anything?
I hear the wind. I hear you.
Sort of say in Celestial, what does this all mean? You've never done this before. Not really expecting the
Yeah.
answer, but
Are you still in the water?
yeah.
You don't hear anything back, but
I suppose it was more rhetorical.
yeah. You look down at your reflection and just see the clouds above, where they reflect above you, almost look like these pale silvery hands just sort of reaching over and just sort of interlacing themselves over your chest before they just disappear.
Does it suggest like maybe follow this, or does it not really suggest anything?
Not really, it just feels like you're being held.
Is held. Say they hug you.
You do still feel the call, but it doesn't feel like if you ignore it, it's going to hurt.
Okay. I will try not following it this time.
Okay. It doesn't... It swells in intensity for a little bit, and then starts to diminish over the course of the next hour until you can barely feel it. You complete your ritual. The two of you have your dip.
Yeah.
Let's go swimming.
I would like that.
Just sort of lie back in the water and look up at the moon.
Yep. Vibin.
Vibin.
It's a good moon.
This feels a lot more peaceful than it has for a while.
I thought you might like to leave the city for a while.
It's nice.
Well, if you'd like, you're welcome to come with me next time.
I appreciate that, Sariel. Thank you.
It's alright.
Thank you for everything you've done this week.
It's been a busy week.
It sure has.
I'm just glad it worked.
Me too.
Tried to think what would have happened if it didn't.
I would have cast that spell all day if I had to.
Me too.
But it's done, so.
You're a good man, Cassian.
Dunk its head underwater.
We'll leave him to it.
Yeah. You take your time. After a few hours return. Is anyone else doing anything particular?
Reading, getting early nights. Sleeping off the rest of the hangover.
Drinking lots of water. Training with my new dagger.
Yeah. Okay. Are you two doing anything particular once you get back?
I'm gonna go meditate with my book. It's been a while since I've properly, committed to it.
Okay.
I'd say I've probably been reading through it every now and then, but
Yeah.
this is my first time that I'm just like, okay, I have time to myself. What you got?
Okay. You go into your room, make your preparations. The bowl of water, the boom, 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 dancing lights to just swirl ever so gently around you. You sit down to meditate. Calmness comes quickly to you, like the lapping of waves at the shore. With time, you open your eyes, and where before there was bare wall, you see an ornate door of red wood, gilded and decorated.
some new tricks, it seems.
You hear music softly coming from beyond the door.
I'm jumping to my feet and going through the door.
The door swings open, you step through. You're at the top of a stairway in an opera house. To your left and right, you see the stalls, chairs and private boxes. Looking down before you, an opulent stage and green curtain lowered. Above the curtain, a huge wooden statue of a woman like the figurehead of a ship, her arms raised, her mouth open, frozen in song eternally. A depiction of Madame Nostrada. Your eyes adjust to the change in light, which you realise is shifting, as if you're below water, with the sunlight dappling in. Instinctively, you look up, seeing the rippling blue underside of the waves above you where there would be ceiling. You look around at the opera house more closely. The seats, ornate and plush, are coral, formed into shape. The stage of the theatre, the wooden balustrades, spindles and architraves are all driftwood. The lush green curtain, you assume to be velvet, is thick strands of kelp just swaying gently in an invisible current. You sway your hand in front of you, it moves without resistance, you're not underwater. But curiously you do see drips rising upwards off the surfaces of the chairs, the floor, the stage. You hear what sounds like a creaking of wood and turn to your front to see the statue's arms lowered. She faces you. Cassian.
Leah.
The statue seems to step out of her placement, moving out of the wall itself, and all sense of scale just vanishes as she moves towards you, increasing in size, just growing in magnitudes, filling your vision. In a few dizzying seconds, she's all you can see, her face resplendent in oak and gilding. You feel something moving beneath you, and it's her hand, lifting you up to be level with her eyes.
This is incredible. How have you never done anything like this before? I thought you couldn't reach me out here.
Good things take time. We have to spare our luxuries, else we grow tired of them.
I've missed you.
I've missed you, yet it's nice to see you. Properly.
It means a lot to see you after this time. I always thought it was a Mirror Tale exclusive.
I'm not Mirror Tale. Mirror Tale isn't me. I'm somewhere else.
I suppose so.
You've been doing so well. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I've been trying my best to keep up this arrangement.
You've been doing a very good job. You keep interesting company.
They are, aren't they?
And her mouth opens, you see the paint like splintering and cracking a little bit. This enormous face, all you can see before you, just carved out of wood and beautifully painted. You see the makeup on her eyes, you see carved out of wood her hair like tumbling behind her. You feel the strength of her hands in front of you which you stand on.
Now, as such a kind patron of this magically gifted man, I do have some things I would like to ask of you, if that is agreeable.
Of course. You wouldn't be the only one with things to ask of the other.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say, but I have found myself in these travels in more and more unexpected situations with these people.
So I've seen.
Yes. And increasingly in places where I need to hit a bit harder.
I understand. Let me see what I can do. You may not understand the details of it as Neither do I, but we can put you down different paths.
Sure. I know this is still new for the both of us, but I trust you, Leo.
It sort of brings you closer and to like where your head is, but her mouth is like the side. You blink, and you're not held in her hand anymore. You stand on the stage in front of her, majestic but incorporeal, not wooden anymore, but semi-translucent. Her hair drifting loose and her hand extended towards you. A dance?
Of course.
Music plays softly from everywhere and nowhere. You lose yourself to time and space in this moment and spin this beautiful waltz. After you dance for a while, she turns to face you, stopping moving and looks you dead in the eye. Cassian, you grow strong with the gifts I give you, but in this state, in this place, there is only so much I can show you. I see in our future a power shared between us, a hand in something bigger than ourselves. I need you to do something for me.
Anything.
My body lies still at the bottom of the sea. I grow tired of the dark and the cold, being alone. I need you to find my body, take me ashore, and give me the burial I deserve. Do this, release my spirit from this watery prison. I will still be able to hear you. Worry not. And this will let us grow in power. Together.
Right. Right. I can certainly try. I mean, thanks to you I can breathe down there, so...
Convenient.
And I'm sure I could enlist some help after some persuading. I'll see what I can do.
Follow the stars to where they fall, and takes your hands, and dots of your henna light up in this odd pattern around your arms. Not a pattern that you've designated, but just very close, like 20 or 30 on each arm, and you put them together, and it's definitely a star map. Follow the stars to where they fall.
Okay.
Your vision begins to fade. You take a breath and you're back in your room in the barracks.
I'll speak to you soon.
Soon.
Always. Good night, Leo.
Nice. Rest comes to you very easily in your meditative form. The next day, what would you like to do?
Dang!
So yeah, the next night Elyse would go hang out with Faster.
You have an extremely pleasant evening. As you leave, she gives you just a little kiss on the cheek. And you feel your eye like spark for a little second. And she walks home.
Elyse would like squeeze her hand before she leaves.
Yeah.
And just look at her.
It's an extremely pleasant evening. You look forward to coming back. A few days later, Vanden, you collect your armour, and it is everything you wish for. Arakite, this sort of very, very dark gunmetal grey, trimmed with this beautiful like gold detailing, and your symbol now, the symbol of the Dawnbringers, embossed on the breast. The back accommodated to fit your requirements.
Oh my god! I love that you've got it embossed on there. That's so cute.
I've made speed made.
Yeah.
another one of my vests, but it's fur-lined now.
Nice.
And then just some little arm sleeves for the
Nice.
top of my arms. I assume you would have picked out the kind of coat that you want?
Yeah, Vanden picks a coat that he thinks will work and be like, can you work with this? So,
Yeah, and Cassian invents poppers.
Nice.
The clothing ones.
Yeah.
And gives it to Vanden.
Nice.
Thank you. Now I have a coat that's not going to tear.
Yeah.
And armour that's not going to break. Thank you.
If you wish, you can test it out and it works perfectly.
Yeah, I go out into the courtyard of the barracks with like a shirt that Cassian's made and the coat that he's altered
Yeah.
and the armour on. I'm like, okay,
He's up there like,
I'm really sorry if this doesn't work. I just bounce out the wings.
It works incredibly. The first time you realise you kind of have to like adjust like some little things, otherwise you just have like the flap like wiggling about, but it's an easy enough fix, and within 5 minutes you're like, I have perfected this.
he sheds a tear of joy.
It's perfect. Alright. I'm just going to shoot upwards as far as I can and then come back down again.
You hear like some little like cheers from like around. The story is probably spread of the Dawnbringers and everything that they entail.
It's Mr. Vanden Dawnbringer. Oh my god, it's Mr. Vanden Dawnbringer.
Would anybody else like to do anything?
Say goodbye to your plants.
Give Timberly an impassioned speech.
She's in charge now.
Timberly, listen. Now that we're leaving, you gotta take care of your siblings.
We will be back.
Exactly. Papa is right. We'll be back.
Grow well without us.
A single petal falls off.
Growing strong.
Really like furiously like blooms a few more petals like I'm trying, I'm doing it.
You're doing so good. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Tell the plants we're proud of them.
We're proud of you.
A little like tendril just like reaches up like.
Still very weird.
You ready yourselves, you pack your things, a guard makes himself available so that you know they'll basically watch over your stuff and listens very attentively to all your like instructions on how to take care of the plants, and he's like taking notes. He's probably been told how important this is, and like the well-being of the plants probably ties very closely to their job. Whether they keep it or not.
I mean, I never told them to say that, but
No,
I'm not gonna like correct it.
You make your way to the judicial offices, and Valentinian escorts you to the Temple of Bahamut. You're escorted in. Sonia's not there at the time.
Oh no, it's a shame.
We have to say goodbye to her.
So that's good.
She'll be around. And you're essentially given access to a circle of teleportation, provided that you bring with you some information, some documents essentially, to the Temple of Bahamut in Watcher's Respite. It's just that they don't want to have to send someone there who will then have to walk back. They figure if you're going, then great.
We can do that.
Easy enough.
Might as well.
Yeah, you'll basically pop up there. But they're just like, we don't want to have someone walk back.
Elyse does not speak the entire time they're in the temple.
Okay. You ready yourselves, and if you wish, you did ask if you could bring your horses. You are able to bring your horses. It's a bit of a mission.
cathedral.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mission bringing them through the cathedral, so it's made sure that it's done like after hours. The clip clops just like echo through, and you're very aware of it. But you line yourselves beside the sigil. The High Priestess completes the incantation, and the circle flares into silvery white light and just gestures quickly.
On to the next thing then?
Let's do it.
You step onto it, you feel yourself like snatched away, and then you find yourself standing in a different room, similarly built, but somewhere completely else. You're in the city of Watcher's Respite, and that's where we'll leave today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. So much good stuff.
Thank you to my good
good friend Mai, Mythir on all social media platforms. We will put her Etsy below. She does not sell these as t-shirts, this was custom made, but she does sell all the classes as pins in this style, which you should go check out.
Yeah. That was amazing, everyone. Well done.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, everyone, for playing.
Thank you, Jamie.
Amazing. My pleasure. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of our story. We love you, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Well, it seems we meet again. It's Cassian, of course. Tonight's episode marks the end of our second chapter, Shadows Under the Mountain. Thank you for joining us once again as the Dawnbringers set off on new adventures. You can support our adventures on Patreon at patreon.com/NyxRising or via our website, lifeofthepartydnd.com. And remember, you can still get discounts at foundfamiliar.com/LOTP using the code LOTPDND for 10% off store-wide. Special thanks as always to our executive producers, Katelyn Ferguson, Alexandra Johnson, Steph Sharp, Liam Moran, and Emily Hogarth. Until next time, turn your eyes to the stars, and we'll see you on Wednesday.